Now, I'm not even sure where to start with this video, but I'm afraid America is finished, done, finito, bye bye. We are in a situation that I don't think the country can dig itself out of. We're spending so much money. We're sending money everywhere, overseas, to fight these skirmishes, to fight these wars, and we're running up debt at astronomical amounts. And it will be similar to your spouse or someone in your family continuing to run up their credit card. It's not going to end well. So you look at that, you look at the financial prospect of America, and then you tack on the physical and mental state of this country, and also the financial state of the country as well, personally, on a personal level, because so many people have ran up so much debt. Almost everyone is living on a razor's edge away from disaster. I'm not sure we can come back. And I don't see any positive news story. There's nothing positive that I can point to in America that will convince me that we can come out of this, that we can survive this. At this point, it's just all downhill. A year from now, we'll be worse off. 3 years from now, 5 years from now, the country will be financially in a worse position than it is now. I don't see anyone who can fix it. There are no candidates who can fix it. All of these guys are clowns. No one has the answer. And no one's had the answer. No one's had the answer since I've been living on this planet. And we're at a point now where it's pretend and extend. All of the media is saying inflation is going down. It's nothing to worry about. In an attempt to appease the people, to tell them that what they're seeing, those high prices, what they're seeing, don't believe your eyes, believe us. And if you want true opinions or true on the ground reporting, you have to come to YouTube or other sources to get the real facts. So we're in a bad spot in America, and I just don't see it getting any better. As I see some of these videos, people with road rage, people acting up in airports, airplanes, disrupting commerce, every race, every gender, every age group, just causing chaos. In the cities, we see it. Chaos. Young black males causing mayhem. You got Karens in the suburbs who can't stay out of everyone's business. So we as a country, it's just dysfunction. Look at the government. It's clearly dysfunctional. And it's been that way for a while. And it doesn't seem like it's getting any better. It's not going to get any better. So America is going down the path of destruction. And there's nothing on the horizon that can fix it, unfortunately. The infrastructure has fallen apart. We're dropping bombs on people's heads all over the world. And each time I see one of these explosions, I'm thinking there's 30 million that went up in smoke. Now, not only did that bomb or missile cost $30 million or maybe $3 million, but you dropped a dozen of them, you're now going to pay. In many instances, we're paying to rebuild these places that we bombed. Us, American taxpayers. Meanwhile, the American school system has fallen apart. And you look at these public schools, many of them are old, dilapidated, falling apart. In many places, the class size is so large that these classrooms are unteachable. They're disruptive. You have 30 plus students in a class. It's very easily to be disruptive. And if we don't educate our people, our young people are going to be the future of this country. And right now, they're not being educated properly. So we're not going to have a future. And with all of this money being spent on wars, the only people who are benefiting from it are execs. The execs from Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, General Dynamics. They're the only ones that are benefiting. The common man on the ground is getting nothing out of it except hate. And then in that case, we got to drop more bombs on people's heads. So we're in a bad spot here in America, and I just don't see it getting any better. The physical state, the mental state of the people, from your politicians all the way down to your garbage collector, is in the dump. And the only people who seem to be in great physical shape are primarily our athletes, our pro athletes. And that's not how it should be. So we're in big trouble, folks. We're seeing record prices all over the place. The price of eggs is going back up. Chicken is at record prices. The cost of beef continues to go up. Olive oil is going up. Orange juice continues to go up. Cocoa is going up, sugar is going up. So we've got huge inflation problems. And that's another problem in itself. The Federal Reserve has hiked interest rates for 2 years, and it's done nothing. It's done absolutely nothing. The price of everything is higher than it was before the Fed began hiking rates. And in a normal interest rate hiking environment, you would see home prices drop. But we now have Wall Street and the banks that are in the way. So the longer they continue to prop the housing market up, not allow it to fall, the higher inflation is going to go. The less each interest rate hike, the less effect it has. And we're soon going to be entering hyperinflation. We're going to experience hyperinflation. And I believe that's coming next year. Now, in my opinion, I had predicted oil would see $150 a barrel next year. But after looking at some data, after looking at where the Strategic Petroleum Reserve is at and seeing what the oil supply is in Cushing, Oklahoma, I believe we're going to see $200 a barrel oil next year. And what is that going to mean for prices? Well, price at the pump is going to be double what it is now. And food is going to absolutely skyrocket. So we are going into, and this is my prediction, we are going into times that America has never experienced. And right now we have a population that is weak-minded. Most of the population is weak-minded. We have a ton of sheep running around. And look, if they don't get their feed, if they don't get their handout, it's going to be ultimate problems. And it's going to be anarchy here. And we're just not in a good spot. Just militarily, we are fighting so many skirmishes around the world. If something really big pops off with China, with some other country, we've pretty much depleted all of our energy with these small skirmishes all around the world. And what would an actual war with a country like China, a large country, what would that do to commodity prices? Oil, some of these rare elements, some of these computer chips, silicon. Where would those prices go? And all of that is a possibility. You know, as I look around the world, everyone is experiencing inflation except for China. They're in a deflationary environment. And I believe it's because their Wall Street, their bankers, they don't have the balls over there to commit fraud, to deceive the people with trickery. And, you get put to death in China. You do something wrong. Here, Wall Street, the banks, they get a slap on the wrist and they continue that same behavior. So as long as home prices stay elevated, as long as Wall Street and the banks set a floor under housing, interest rates aren't going to come down for the foreseeable future. We're going to be in 2028. I'm going to still be making these videos. Now, I may be ducking gunfire or I might be doing it by candlelight, but I'm going to be saying the same things I'm saying now. We're going to be in worse trouble. So we're just at a bad point in America. Now, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.